Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are talking about XinFin Network, aka XDC. And guys, I have an absolute banger of an XDC video for you. There's going to be so much information jam-packed into this. I think that by the end of this video, if you are not an XDC holder, I do not know what you are doing. So let's dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here. So first off, I'm going to leave this Medium post down in the description below at the top. This is from Sean of The Woke. But you see, this is actually a very good read about XDC. This is because XDC Network working to create networks within networks. XDC 2.0 is what they are talking about within this Medium post. I'm going to include this at the top of the description simply because this got me very well thinking on the idea of network of networks. For the longest time, we've been talking about this. We've talked about it with Quant, right? Quant has been the big one in terms of creating this network of networks around DLT and DLT adoption within the traditional system. But it got me thinking all the way back to this PDF file. This is Blockchain and DLT in Trade, a reality check. This is from the TFG and the WTO. It's from November of 2019. And for those that don't know what I mean by TFG and the WTO, here you guys have Trade Finance Global as well as World Trade Organization. This is from the ICC as well, the International Chamber of Commerce. Three of the major leaders around trade finance. And if we do scroll down, obviously they're talking about DLT quite a bit within this, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about a few things within this entire breakdown here. But if we scroll down and we go forward, they're talking about how DLT is at the forefront of trade finance digitization, which you guys already know about. Listen, I don't need to bring you guys up to speed. You already know how large DLT is around trade finance if you've watched my other recent videos. But nonetheless, if we scroll down and we look into a few things around this, we do see trade finance is being deeply disrupted by blockchain. We will begin by introducing our visual depiction of the DLT in trade landscape, the periodic table of DLT projects. Following this, we will dive into each of the initiatives being pursued, providing some background as to what each is seeking to accomplish and the tools, participants, and structures that will help them get there. So yeah, this is very exciting. This is the periodic table of DLT projects. And if you look over here, Trade Finix, which I think is the secret sauce around XinFin, this is the network of networks. I'm actually going to break Trade Finix down in this video because there's a lot to really look into. They even have the rolled out phases. XDC is obviously in their overall plan. It's actually a key player around their infrastructure. But it's under the network of networks. And in this, if we actually scroll here and go to Trade Finix, or sorry, let me just go to XinFin. There we have it. So here we have Trade Finix. And by the way, I do apologize if you guys did hear my keyboard. I know somebody mentioned that. It's a mechanical keyboard. I really cannot make it that quiet. But here we have Trade Finix. Trade Finix. A network of networks does not see competition, only interoperability. And remember what I said about this harmonized approach around trade finance and why, it's not so much about competition. It's how we can have that harmonized approach because it's going to take a lot of collaborative effort to do this. Yeah, this is what I meant by that. Like, this is the secret sauce around digitizing trade finance. What's crazy about this is that I didn't even know about, some of this stuff. And I've been researching XDC for so long. First off, if we actually look on here and if we go to Voltron, so Voltron is Letter of Credit Network, formerly known as Voltron. Project Voltron, works with over 50 banks and corporates delivering a Corda-powered open industry platform to create, exchange, approve, and issue letters of credit as its first product. The platform, currently accessible to all customers of member banks, will enable banks to provide faster service levels, financing decisions, and lower rates to their customers. In addition to Voltron-created documents, trade documents produced on external networks by a corporation's supply chain partners can also be digitally sent, verified, and processed in Voltron. This is very exciting because if we actually look at this, so Project Voltron is the culmination of 18 months of 8 banks working with R3 to evaluate the benefits of letters of credit on Corda, founded by a selection of global, regional, and local banks, including Bangkok Bank, BNP Paribas, CTBC, HSBC, ING, NatWest, SEB, and Standard Chartered. These are some of the largest banks out there. And, now it does have 50 banks. I don't know how many it is at now. But we do see at the CordaCon conference in September of 2019, it was announced that the Voltron platform is in the process of rebranding, incorporating an entity in Singapore, and launching their beta network in December of 2019 to fully scale in early 2020. At the same time of writing, there has yet to be a new name selected for the letter of credit network, formerly known as Voltron. I think don't know what the new name is, but I'm pretty sure that we've gone over it in the past. Also, by the way, Marco Polo, R3, pay attention to R3. R3 is also a big player here because I'll talk about it here in a second. A lot of these, like Finacle, Trade, Connect, a lot of these are powered by R3 or at least exposed to R3. And I'll talk to you guys about why that is significant. There's Voltron, there's Marco Polo. Corda is also under the technologies tab here. Hyperledger is tied to this as well. And then here we have TradeFinix. So here's TradeFinix. This is why it's very exciting. So TradeFinix aims to be a network of networks by connecting several DLT and non-DLT trade finance initiatives such as Voltron and Swift MT798. This is also a big one to watch for, and I'll talk to you guys about why. I have it over here. This is actually from Swift, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, aka Swift. If you actually look into this, it's very large. I'll talk to you guys about that here in a second. And I know that I'm kind of all over the place, but there's a lot of information here. Created in 2017, TradeFinix consists of a company with an underlying network backed by a community of 11,000 members and over 30 MSMEs. The governing members can opt for a master node of XinFin network, the underlying blockchain network, or opt for a hybrid council node. Hybrid nodes can combine R3 Corda Enterprise, Hyperledger Basu Enterprise, or Oracle Enterprise node with the XinFin master node. XinFin is the focus here. The project is currently live with receivables discounting and has plans to introduce letters of credit by 2020. As a future phase, TradeFinix intends to interoperate with Bolero for accessing digital bills of lading. TradeFinix is also being integrated with TradeShift Marketplace, which is a very large marketplace. To accomplish these goals, DLT was chosen for its instant access and ownership over data, tokenization of assets, real-time settlements, counterparty risk mitigation, and decentralization. Yeah, this is big because if you actually look at this and you go over to TradeFinix's website, first off, TradeFinix is partnered with R3 as well as a lot of other major giants around the world in terms of, I don't know why this is like being annoying to scroll, but there's a lot of giants here in terms of like the OMF, IF. I just talked to you guys about this within, it was an XRP video actually, but this is a crucial one to focus on because you could see a lot of their origination tools. You could see their trade instruments for like buyers, suppliers, all of that. And then you could also see XDC liquidity, case study, and rollout plan. There's a lot here. There's a ton within this. Also, if you actually look into a few of these, like the XDC liquidity, for example, this breaks down XDC liquidity. It even compares it to XRP in terms of what XRP has done and offered for like cross-border payments and things like that. Like they even do mention like Ripple, but they want to utilize XDC for liquidity management around trade finance, as well as a few things as well, especially in terms of like FX markets and things like that. It's a very large use case. I actually just recently broke that down. You could also even see the case study on TradeFinix and actually see. So I'm not going to go through this, but if you guys did want to go and check this out, you are more than welcome to. The case study is free to access for XinFin network and masternode holders, community members, or prospective clients upon signing NDA. Again, this is something to watch for. Definitely go check this out if you guys want to. But we do know that TradeFinix is powered by the XDC protocol. This to me is the secret sauce for XDC, aka XinFin around trade finance. I think that this is going to be very, very bullish for XinFin, and it's very bullish around, trade finance. And also, as you guys do see, like it's built for platforms like Corda, QuickBooks, TradeShift, and Oracle. TradeFinix is interoperable with a wide range of trade finance digitization platforms. Connect your origination platforms to a wide network of funders and get access to the secondary market distribution marketplace. Again, when you look at like for settlements, you see stablecoin deployment to digitize your fiat currency reserves to settle multi-currency transactions globally with 2 seconds finality. Then you do see XDC liquidity. XDC is going to provide that liquidity to this illiquid asset or industry, aka trade finance. Now, as we do go back over here, let me go back to Swift 798. So as you guys do see over here, like this is connecting Voltron as well as like Swift MT798, but this is for all network of networks. But Swift 798 is very interesting because if you actually look under this, we do see from multi-bank messaging standards to new trade settlement instruments, we are driving innovation in trade finance. And under this, you have the FIO Act. You also have the MT798, the trade envelope, a comprehensive solution for corporate trade XinFin MT798 caters for the following instruments: import letters of credit, export letters of credit, guarantee/standby letters of credit. Using MT798, you can apply to your bank for a letter of credit or guarantee and receive an advice of LC back to your bank. Your bank can then notify the issuance of an LC or guarantee or notify an amendment. But up here, we do see global trade may be shifting towards an open account terms. However, traditional trade instruments continue to play a key role in trade, particularly for high value transactions and when working with new suppliers. Such instruments can play an important role in supporting international trade, but for companies using multiple banks, communicating with those banks for trade finance can be a slow and inefficient process. That's why we've created Trade for Corporates by offering a single channel for exchanging standardized corporate to bank trade data. We are helping corporates streamline their trade messaging. And you guys are more than welcome to check out the overview here. But I think that this is very large because as you guys do see this, like we do see simple, secure, and efficient treasury. Swift for Corporates provides you with a single channel through which you can communicate with all your banks, whatever the size of your banks. I think that this is crucial because this is a massive network of major banks and corporations, and it's all centered out on treasury, account payable and receivable, trade finance key there, securities operations, and FX confirmations as well. Very, very exciting. And we do see discover how you can connect to the network. This is the network that is literally connected to TradeFinix. Like TradeFinix is the one that is becoming the network of networks by connecting to several DLC and non-DLT trade finance initiatives such as Voltron and Swift. Like this is insane. And remember, Swift does have 11,000 members tied to it and over 30 MSMEs, which is why they are getting that data from that. Very bullish. Now, also, we did see over here that the ICC, the WTO, and even Citigroup and Trade Finance Global recognize XinFin XDC network's potential in trade finance. This was from April 14th of this year. Again, like XDC is so damn bullish, especially around that $19 trillion trade finance asset class. Like this is all through tokenization as well. We already know that XinFin has exposure to some of the largest networks out there. Like, this is so exciting. And we do see Sunil Sunapati. I hope that I'm saying, I'm probably not. Listen, I'm butchering that name. Go ahead, roast me down in the comments. The COO at XinFin XDC Network predicts a significant rise in blockchain adoption in trade finance due to the legal acceptance of digital trade documents, such as the Electronic Trade Documents Bill recently introduced in the UK Parliament. And we do see down here that the sentiment in an interview at the Citigroup's 10th Digital Money Symposium 2023, arguing that around 80% of world trade is based on English law. By the way, MLATR is actually disrupting English law and becoming the harmonized approach to trade finance regulations. He forecasted that the percentage of global trade flows involving digitized processes and blockchain technology will reach 2 digits by 2025. By 2030 and beyond, we will likely see greater adoption with interoperability. By the way, this is why I say like things take time. Taking the digitized flows to higher percentages, wider adoption will require simpler applications, low or no cost to use the basic functionalities, and new liquidity providers to support the trades. And this is from like XinFin. Like this is so bullish to me. And they do break a few things down here. And we do see in a welcoming address, the chairman of the FinTech committee at the ITFA said the XDC network would enable them to bridge the $19 trillion trade finance asset class with any type of funder through tokenization and digital assets. Like, do I need to explain to you guys how big this is? This is $19 trillion trade finance asset class. You have them literally connected to a Swift network. You have them connected to Voltron, which is 50 banks already. Exposed to R3 because they are partnered with R3 over here, as you guys do see right there. R3 is a leader around a lot of these major areas in terms of trade finance. Also, R3 has a massive connection to 400 plus organizations in regulated markets. They are the leading institutions rely on R3's Corda for the secure transfer of data, automated workflows, and to tokenize assets securely. Look at all of these major names. We just talked about the DTCC. They are settling $2.5 quadrillion per year. NASDAQ's here. I mean, there's so many here. I'm so excited about this. Like, look at some of these names. And then also, by the way, technology leaders over here, Contour is one of them. You want to know what Contour does? Also, Infosys is here. These are the ones that are centered out on trade finance. You also have system integrations and cloud partners, providers as well. Infosys is here, Oracle's here. But when we actually look at some of these names, like it's extremely bullish for XinFin because XinFin is exposed to the R3 Corda network of networks. It's extremely bullish. But if you wanted to look into like some of the other names as well, here you guys have all of the major investors of R3. Again, these are like the leading banks around the world. You have some of their board members down here: Bank of America, HSBC, ING, SBI Holdings, Wells Fargo. There's a few other ones here as well. And there's two major trade finance names on here. Contour, like I said, this is why I wanted to bring up Contour. Contour is a huge one. Letters of credit, end-to-end processing. See the results: 90% reduction in end-to-end processing time. 80 plus banks and corporations or corporates tested Contour with trials in 17 countries before its launch. Transparency, efficiency, and security for letters of credit. Very bullish. Then over here as well, this was DOT Ledgers, digitizing cross-border trade and supply chains. 4,000 plus businesses participating, financing, or supporting cross-border trades. $3 billion in transactions to date have been executed on the platform, replatformed from Hyperledger Fabric due to problems with privacy and scalability. And this is why they chose R3. But again, like, we have exposure to R3 through TradeFinix. And when you look at TradeFinix, they are rolling out a lot of things with XDC. I'll talk to you guys about that here in a second. But I do want to real quick go over a few things within this document again. So down here, we do see in 2022, Trade Tech, a member of the World Economic Forum, partnered with XinFin to launch traded tokens, the first regulated trade finance-backed fungible security tokens. Traded tokens are expected to improve liquidity for the trade finance sector by securitizing an illiquid asset class on XinFin's XDC network. Like, this is very large, and a lot of the leaders around trade finance have already recognized XinFin as a major, and I mean a major, innovation in trade finance, digitization, and tokenization. I'm so excited about that. And when you see the network's hybrid architecture is designed to support institutional use in trade finance and tokenization, and is equipped to reduce the existing finance gap in global infrastructure with interoperable smart contracts, 2,000 transactions per second, and Ethereum virtual machine compatibility. The XDC network is reported to provide a scalable infrastructure for enterprises and independent community contributors. And again, the network effects here within XinFin around the network of networks with Swift and so many other leaders is extremely large. And TradeFinix has the secret sauce. It's XDC. We do see TradeFinix will be rolled out in phases, and here are the phases. So first off, launch of the new website, December 20th. I don't know when this was date-wise, but it is basically just, I guess this was back in 2020, I want to say, but their website hasn't really changed in well over like 3 years. TradeFinix platform as an aggregator of trade finance assets. We are launching the first trades on TradeFinix. These trades will be settled with legacy financial systems. TradeFinix will work purely as an aggregator for trade assets. The initial partners will be TradeShift, $1.1 billion company, and Finion Exchange, European suppliers-focused distribution platforms connected with over 45 banks. We are still waiting to integrate with Voltron, R3 Corda, and Comgo, Hyperledger Basu. Both these platforms have a good origination network with a consortium and banks. TradeFinix aims to connect them using its middleware built on XDC protocol to aggregate data from various originators or origination platforms for secondary market trades. 20% of the trading profits will go as fees to XDC, which will be burned. And then down here, using XDC as a utility or settlement on TradeFinix, we have started to position XDC as a gateway for trade finance assets to the existing funds, HNIs, non-bank funders. This volume will pick up gradually. We are looking to list with as many fiat channels as possible for XDC Fiat Gateway. XDC is their secret sauce, and I'm telling you right now, things will take time, but I'm telling you, XDC is a must hold in your portfolio. I see so many people saying like XDC does not matter. XDC is this, XDC is that. This is the secret sauce. And I'm telling you right now, as we look at trade finance, things are happening. Things are moving very fast. Digitization is at the forefront of this market. And I think things are starting to pick up from April 2023. Like, we can see a lot of things happening here. And like I said, going back to back down here to this quote, like the ITFA said that the XDC network would enable them to bridge the $19 trillion trade finance asset class. Like, that is very large. That's a massive statement. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.